Okay, so we are at the step where we have rounded our corners and we have practiced our patterns, and so now we are ready to add our patterns to our design. Before we dive in, let's take a look at the grading criteria for patterns. Remember, this is a non-objective artwork that features a line design with rounded corners, and it should include a variety of detailed patterns and design. The image on the left is an example of what to do. The image on the right is an example of what to try and avoid. Your pattern should repeat throughout your design to help create unity in the design. Your patterns should be spaced out throughout your design to help create visual balance. They should not be all clumped together in one area in sections right next to each other. You do not have to fill in every section of your painting with designs. Keep in mind the size of the patterns that you are creating, because remember, you will be going back and painting within these areas. It really helps your pattern stand out if you can paint with different colors within the details. So please make sure not to draw your patterns too small. You also want to make sure that 3/4 or more of your paper is filled with your lines and patterns, so there should be no big areas of empty paper showing. Now let's take a look at how to get started adding patterns to your line design. So the first thing you want to think about is, where are you going to add your patterns? And I would start with a pencil first. Be sure to look at your Zentangle practice or the Zentangle resources to help give you ideas of which patterns to add, or come up with your own detailed patterns. You're going to place these throughout your paper in a balanced manner. So let's say if I put this design right here, I need to put the same design over here. Please note that I've been using this paper for demonstrations, so that is why some of the patterns have already been retraced in Sharpie. Please add all of your patterns first in pencil and make sure that you are happy with their placement before you trace them in Sharpie. Rotating your paper can also give you a new view of your artwork. To create better balance for my next Zentangle, I decided to add a curved line in another corner and then divide in the sections and round the corners within those sections, and then add the Zentangle pattern within that area. I have now repeated 2 complex patterns and 2 simple patterns. It is okay to have an area that has a pattern that doesn't repeat. So I decided to add one of the designs that I practiced in the center to make it more of a focal point. After looking at it, I decided I wanted to go ahead and repeat a similar design in another section of the artwork to have it go off the edge of the page. Once you are happy with all of your designs, then you're going to take your Sharpie marker and trace over all of your lines, add any of the details that you need for your patterns. If you are going to add some smaller details, you can check out a small or an ultrafine Sharpie. Be sure to take your time, use a ruler if you have any straight lines. I do not keep any white out, so if you make a mistake, you have to find a way to integrate it into your design. One of the grading criteria is no pencil lines are showing, so be sure to take your eraser and erase any pencil lines that are not covered by your Sharpie after you have retraced your designs.